What's going on, everybody? Elliot here, MovieFiles. Just got out of the theater seeing Scary Movie 6, or as they titled it, just Scary Movie, a film I was really excited for. I'm someone that grew up in the 90s, so I'm a Wayans brother fanatic, man. From Living Color to, obviously, the Wayans brothers, all their films, including Scary Movie 1, Scary Movie 2. As you all know, they got the franchise ripped from their hands for Scary Movie 3, 4, and 5, which 3 isn't bad, 4 is terrible, 5 is, like, completely forgettable. But nonetheless, the Wayans are back, man. They bringing back the whole cast with Shawn and Marlon. I mean, Shawn has been in the movie since like 2000, like 20 years, which is crazy. They bring back Regina Hall, who I've always loved, Anna Faris, who's kind of hit or miss for me, but nonetheless, it was just great to see the band together, and I was excited to see them push the limits. Comedy is something that we don't get frequently in theaters, especially this brand of comedy, which is, you know, parody comedies. We had Naked Gun last year, which I wasn't entirely a fan of, but it had its moments. I say all that to say that we need more comedies in our lives, especially in the times we live in. We need to laugh. We need to be together and have these joyous times to laugh at things we love and yada, yada, yada. I was hyped, man. I was hyped. But before we get into my thoughts about this film, like, share, comment, consider subscribing, and all that good stuff, let me just get right into this, man. Rip off the Band-Aid. Obviously, comedy is extremely subjective. Like I've always said, comedies and horror are like the two hardest genres to crack, because what I find scary, you might find not scary. What I find funny, you might find unfunny. You know, we all know that. But I am confident in my statements and saying that I do not think this is a funny movie for many different reasons. The comedy from Scary Movie 1 and 2, I recently watched those in like the last few months, and I thought that even though they're mostly dated, especially the movie references, it still had like a purpose. It still had like a objective. It still had like a good batting average in regards to when you make a parody, it's really hard to have every single joke land, but you want to try to get as many of those jokes to fit cohesively, to fit narratively, and just flow well. This movie is literally, it's not, I don't want to insult the Wayans brothers because I'm, again, legendary. I love the Wayans. I love Marlon and Shawn, and we'll get to their performances and their characters in a bit, but I feel like they have completely lost the pulse of what makes a comedy work in this genre, because this felt more like, it's not even, I hate to go as far as say, I didn't even feel like this was a movie. This felt like an hour and a half Saturday Night Live, like a bad Saturday Night Live sketch. The way these jokes and the way this film is structured is literally bit by bit by bit by bit. And while you'll say, well, that's scary. No. Watch Scary Movie 1 and 2. There is a narrative there. There's like a construction of the film that flows well. There's like a joke, a film, and it fits all together. This literally goes from set piece, set piece, set piece. And it makes the film, it makes the enjoyment of these jokes don't land, because a lot of these jokes are not good. Again, you might watch this and say, what are you talking? No, I really feel like in my heart of hearts that a lot of people will not find these jokes to be that funny. I'll give it, if there's a percentage, for me, my sensibilities, maybe like 10% of the jokes laughed. Like the Get Out jokes, I thought that was funny. I thought that particular set was funny. There's some Scream references. Of course, we know this franchise with Ghostface being back is obviously tied to the franchise. There are some Scream moments I thought were funny. The Substance was poked fun of. The Sinners bit was pretty much what you saw in the trailer. And honestly, speaking of the trailer, a lot of this movie, a lot of the jokes are in the trailer. Let me get to some positives, man. Regina Hall can do no wrong in my eyes, and she's not in it enough as Brenda. Like Brenda, and she plays pretty much Octavia Spencer as Ma. That's not a spoiler. Literally, they talk about that in the trailer. She's really good when she's in the movie. It's just unfortunately she's not in the movie enough. But when she is on screen, I mean, no offense to anyone else in the movie, she's literally the best actress in the movie, so she can pull off some of the stuff that might not necessarily work from other actors, but she does it because she's just so damn good. Other than that, man, I thought Anna Faris was solid for the most part. Narratively, the story with her and her daughter had its moments, which, by the way, they really casted the daughter as well. The one that plays Tuesday and plays her daughter Sarah, like especially Sarah, she looks very much like Anna Faris. So good on the casting with that. And also the guy that plays the boyfriend, I think his name is Jack. He looks almost similar to Jack Quaid, which plays into Scary Movie or say Scream 5. So casting, good on the casting calls. Shawn and Marlon. Starting with Shawn, I now understand why he hasn't been in a movie in almost 20 years, because my man looked lost from the jokes, the timing, the performance. Not that Shawn was ever, no offense, not that he was ever like a great actor, but like he looked lost in a lot of the scenes that he was in. They tried to recapture, Ray being gay or sus in the other films, but this one was just like his introduction with Sinners just didn't work for me. I really like Marlon Wayans. I think like he is, out of all the Wayans brothers, probably has the most like diverse career in regards to doing not only comedies but dramas, and sometimes could be a good writer. But I feel like Marlon in the last like maybe probably the last decade, with like the Haunted House movies, the Little Man movies, like that brand of comedy that he's kind of veered off to, just like juvenile comedy, just is like all throughout this movie. And there's like literally there's five or six Wayans brothers that wrote this film, and I just feel like they're out of touch. This is so dated. The jokes are so unoriginal, and the jokes just don't land, man. And I blame that on just like not being in touch of what works in today's society, and not even like, oh, this film was woke. Like this was supposed to be the film that push the boundaries of comedy, right? It's supposed to offend everyone. I thought the jokes, when they were trying to be offensive to the different, people that identify a certain way, just didn't work, man. Yeah, I want to say that I'm disappointed, but at the same time, I'm just like, I guess I should have expected this, because comedy nowadays is just, it's so hard to find a rhythm and to find a certain baseline to kind of build off of. It's just like, I don't think a lot of comedians know how to tap into what's funny nowadays, man. It was cool to see some of the movies that they did wrap in. Like some of the, I don't want to say what movie, that there were certain movies I'm like, oh, that just came out, and they were able to sneak that in there. And there are some like social commentaries of certain things of like ICE and COVID and stuff that I thought was like, you could have been funny if it was written better. But yeah, man, Scary Movie 6, this ain't it, bro. This ain't it. And I was rooting for the Wayans, because again, I'm a big fan, but they need to retire, at least from this franchise. And hopefully, with these reviews coming out that I've seen so far in my own review, maybe this will give them fuel to get back in the kitchen and really kind of push the boundaries and push the limits and kind of get back into what made them funny and made them so successful. This was lazy. This was a lazy movie from top to bottom. Again, the way it's structured is so ridiculous. The ending, oh my gosh, you talk about self-indulgent, and like, I don't even want to get into spoilers, even though there's not really much to spoil. There's a cameo in the substance scene that I thought was kind of funny. But that's the thing, kind of funny just doesn't work when you want to have a comedy film that's supposed to be funny. But again, it didn't work for me, y'all. I hate to say it, that this is one of the worst in the franchise. Like, I think 1 and 2 are in its own class of category as far as movies and comedy go. 3 is better than this. I don't know if this is as bad as 4 and 5, but it's in that conversation. Just the fact that it's in a conversation says it all. I'm going to give Scary Movie a 1.5 out of 5. It's bad. It is that bad. And you might say to yourself, it can't be that. It is that bad. It is that bad. And if you dare go see it, let me know what you all thought. What worked, what didn't work. What did you find funny? What did you think about the pacing, the performances, the references? Do you want to see more? I don't, especially if it's going to be this lazy. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'll be back sooner rather than later talking about some other movies, hopefully, that are better than this. But like, share, comment, consider subscribing. And man, this was a pretty damn bad movie, man. God damn it, this kind of messes up my day. I was looking forward to this damn movie, but it didn't work for me, y'all. But hopefully they'll learn from this, and maybe we can get a better White Chicks 2. But I doubt it after seeing this film.